Morena Tineke, morena everyone.
Morena.
Nice to see you again.
Sorry, Jana, I missed that.
Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you.
We haven't been in touch that much lately because you've been very busy and so have I. But you've been telling me something interesting about what you are studying right now, Tineke.
Yes, it's really exciting. Carla Sargent, Healing Birth. She is an incredible woman who works to help families through birth trauma. And she has put together a facilitation training. And I am privileged to be part of this cohort this term. And I just want to do a big shout out to all those wonderful women who are in my group and who are really, really passionate about this mahi and about helping parents to journey through this so that they can be empowered to then go on to parent in the way that they really want to. And I was just amazed at the connection that you make between a good birthing experience, which doesn't, an empowered birthing experience, that doesn't necessarily mean it's, not going to be a C-section, but it's where the woman, obviously in particular, feels that she has a voice, that she is included, that things are done with her and not to her. And, all these words that were coming through just connected me straight to particularly when we talk about how you are with the baby and the nurturing that's, required for the mother to then be able to effectively nurture her baby and also the other partner, because they're obviously witness to this as well and part of that journey. So yeah, I'm only in my first week and I just feel really excited about what's going to unfold and what it means that we can bring to nurture people as well. I mean, Jana, with the classes, how many mothers we've had share their journey and wanting to really be able to help them more to be able to come through that. And it's not our place to heal, but it's our place to facilitate opportunity and to bring that opportunity to them. So yeah, I'm the first. It's kind of like Penny Brownlee's Dance With Me in the Heart training, where when I did it, I just knew that everyone else who was involved in our team at Omarapiti or in our facilitation now at Nurture People needs to do it. And yeah, I'm feeling like this could be the next one, Jana.
It's quite an important one, I think, as well, Tineke, because when you think about parenting as well and, going through that whole first experience of giving birth, it's actually when you become a parent. And it's like starting in a way in a new place somewhere, the first days and the impressions of it are really important. I'm not comparing birthing to, starting a new job, but in a way, you're starting a completely different role. Your life is changing so much. And if you feel empowered during that particular day that is life-changing for you, it will carry through your parenting too. And we have seen it as our families have shared with us the journey they've been on. And like you're saying, it doesn't matter how you give that birth now. Well, it does, it truly does, but how you feel during that process, whether you are feeling empowered or you feel like you're losing control and connection with your own body, who you are.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think some of the things that are already coming through so clearly is that many mothers, and including a beautiful new toddler group that I had online yesterday, they were talking about how they didn't recognize that some of the feelings that they had of anxiety, of overwhelm, of disconnection, that those feelings were connected back to the birth, and it wasn't until either their second pregnancy or much later that they were able to make those connections. And I think that earlier we can make these connections with parents, you know, that those early weeks and that setting up of you know, feeding and sleep and healing from birth, it's very hard to then go, oh, wait a second, I need to address this as well, right? But I think if you're being really truly held and nurtured, then some of that can be, you know, sort of, I suppose it will come, it will be able to be potentially released, and you'll be able, at least to be able to recognize that as something that is a factor, and it will make that all that difference for you being able to name your needs around that. And I remember with my own experience, the anxiety that I felt, and I just remember not being able to relax watching my baby's breathing, you know, because she had breathing problems and fluid on her lungs. And so that was a really quite a trauma for me to go through with her. And I took that home with me, and I remember that anxiousness and that inability to relax my body, and that was exhausting me more. So it is really, I would say to any mothers out there, if you're feeling like you've got feelings that you're like, oh, you know, you're putting it down to tiredness, or this is just what it is when you have a baby, I would suggest that talking to someone that you trust to see whether or not it's actually something more than that needs some more processing and working through and releasing. And I really, encourage you to check out Healing Birth and Carla's work and what she's providing there. And I know that there are other support agencies out there as well. But yeah, really just reach out, and don't be afraid to think, oh, but these are really, I shouldn't be having these sorts of feelings or thoughts. You know, if I told someone, like, they would think I'm crazy, or maybe, you know, they would take my baby away from me. You know, I think some of that reservation of sharing, because you think that this is abnormal, it's not. It's not. It's very, very normal, and there's help there. So reach out.
It is a good place to find community or group of people who are able to hold you too and hear you. And there are a few around as well, and we offer that support too. So, you know, we've started, this is another thing, we've started the classes, you've started this term, Tineke, but it's all on Zoom right now.
Yeah.
And it is a form of connection with you at this stage, but we're also preparing for connecting with you in all parts of Auckland. And in order to do that, we do need your help. We really need your help so we can continue going around and reaching out to the communities. And we have just posted a fundraiser. I want to give a little page. So if you can, I know it's Friday, and if you were going at work now and having a drink and going out for lunch, and you're not going to do, and you feel like you want to have a good feeling and, you know, increase hormones of oxytocin and endorphins in your body, just click that button. Donate. No donation is too small or too big. Even if it's just a few coins, it can help us to get a vehicle that we need to carry all the resources to you once we are able to reconnect. It's a big goal for us now for next year, when we will be able to do that with the whole new regulations and situation. But that is the plan. We are growing, and we are getting people on board as well who are going to be hopefully in your area. Yeah,
absolutely. So, you know, it is we've got facilitators waiting in the wings, and we need the wheels to be able to get to you, because we don't want parents to have to travel an hour across Auckland to get to us. We want to be able to come to different regions and set up and know that, you know, we're just going to be down the road and available. And I know that, you know, the online is working, but the face-to-face and connection with parents and babies and children, it's just so valuable. And, you know, all of our parents have said that they have just loved, you know, the environments we set up and what that means for their children's play, but also for them to feel nurtured. And that's what it's all about. So go to give a little, go to nurture people. The van is cardboard at the moment, but we're hoping it's going to turn into the real thing, right, Yana? And you can buy even if it's just, you know, a nut that holds the wheel on, or you can buy the wheel. Whatever you can afford, we would just be so grateful. One of the best things you can do is share it as well for us. That would be so good to, all your wealthy friends and family have nothing better to do with their money than to give it to a worthy cause and supporting families.
Yeah, for that.
Yeah.
Oh, do you have a cup of tea or coffee in your hand?
Yeah,
Well,
I don't.
You don't today?
I'll tell you what I do have is this beautiful rose that I wanted to show you. And it's from, I think it's a Cecil Brunner rose. I think it's from my sister in her garden. And yeah, I just know that some of you will remember the rose ceremony that we do in our classes, and this could be triggering for you.
That's right, little rose. Oh, I'm feeling a real sense of tiredness right now, Tineke.
Yeah, I think I'm feeling that too. I'm not sure how everyone else is feeling, but it feels like some fresh air might be a really good thing right now. Yeah,
we went out for a walk this morning, for a nice brisk walk, which was really good to start the morning with, as we do. Well, I wonder if that's what you're doing too. The weather has been up and down. You were just saying about yesterday too, how gloomy it was.
Yeah.
And invites you to hibernate a little bit too.
Yeah, absolutely. I did manage to get outside. We're trying to create a little Japanese area. And it's been really exciting. We went fern shopping at my brother's property down on his track, which, yay, free vegetation. But it was so lovely actually being out in my raincoat and getting lovely and wet. And then there was these beautiful blackbirds just coming right up to me to get the worms as we were digging around the area and planting the fern and the moss. And so even if it is rainy, I just get on the right gear and get outside. It really can be, enlivening.
You have nothing to lose, I suppose, as well. And it's a way to practice of letting go and surrendering, which is probably the state we are in right now in Genoa. I know that we are as a family. And just embrace the windy but rainy weather. It's refreshing.
Yeah, and watch it feed the earth, I think. And it can feed you as well.
There is goodness in it. You can always see positives, even in moments that might appear uncomfortable or difficult. There's always something positive shining through if you see it.
And the good thing is that you don't need to worry about, if things get muddy, just let them dry off and then just chuck them on again. Nobody else is really seeing you. You should see my raincoat. It's so covered in mud. I washed it once over this lockdown, but I'm like, whatever.
No point. No for it. They will let you go outside.
Yeah.
And if you have some beautiful nature around you, maybe take a photo for us and send it through, maybe a little video. It might bring joy to some people who cannot go outside.
So good to share. Yeah, yes, please. We'd love to see that. Love to see you and your children in action as well out there.
Spread the nature joy.
Yes.
And so with that,
yes. Happy to everyone. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye.
Blessing on your day. Bye.